Okay, if I can have everyone's attention, we now welcome in the media center Tony Stewart, driver of the number 14 Office Depot Mobile One Chevrolet, who finished third in today's race. We also welcome Jimmie Johnson, driver of the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet, who finished second in today's race. Jimmie, we'll start with you. Talk a little bit about the race today. You took over the points lead. You're now leading by 21 points over Kyle Busch, so talk a little bit about your run out there.
Yeah, we're just having a terrible year, so I'm glad to be leading the points. Nobody? All of our regulars are gone already? There's a laughter. Perfect. No, we had a great day today. The first two runs, the car was pretty bad, and Chad made some great adjustments on pit road to get the car in the track to where I could carry any speed in and through the center and then use the throttle off. Before that, I was just kind of on ice and couldn't drive the car. So at that point, we worked our way through traffic, which was very difficult to do, and raced up front in the top four, top six, off and on. I had to lead a little bit, and at the end, Jeff caught me and passed me the run before, and I felt like I ran the tires off the car. So I took my time and knew that we had a 38-lap run or something like that. Chad mentioned to me once we got rolling after that last caution. And I just felt like I should take care of my stuff until the end, and sure enough, I started catching him. But I just didn't have enough to get by him. I got inside of him a couple times. I got to the outside once, but just didn't have enough rear grip to kind of get there and stay there. And the time I got to the outside of him, I felt like I was going to be in good shape. But I think we had a lap car kind of get in the way there and used me as a pick a little bit, so I couldn't complete the pass. But awesome day. Happy to see a Hendrick car in victory lane, and a great day for the Lowe's team.
Okay, Tony, we'll turn it over to you. A good run today, finishing third. Talk a little bit about Atlanta this weekend and going into Richmond in a few days.
Really happy. I mean, I will say this: if Ed Clark decides to repave this racetrack, I will personally shoot him myself. This place is so racy, so much fun. When it's like Jimmie said. I mean, you could. Here more so than anywhere we go to, you actually have to take care of your tires and kind of budget them for your run, and that's what makes it fun here. Is guys overdrive their cars at the beginning and run too hard on the front, and then they fall off the last half. But man, we had an awesome car at the end, especially the last stint. Gaining 8.5 seconds on the leaders there was definitely an awesome run, and we had a lot of guys we got by in those last 10 laps, so helped us out going into next week, obviously, and. Like Jimmie said, just I'm really proud of everybody at Stewart Haas Racing for their dedication, and they just keep persevering and keep pushing to make us better and better each week. And it's been a tough last couple months, but I appreciate everybody, our shop and the road crews, Ryan making the chase, getting locked in today, and just all of our partners and sponsors. And like Jimmie said, we're really glad to have 3 Hendrick cars in the top 3 and engines, so really appreciative of that.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions here in the media center. We'll start right here. We get up, Marcy, wireless mic.
Bob Parker, Daily for Tony. Is it better that you're kind of gained points and maybe solidified more your position as far as the chase goes, or the fact that you ran well and maybe things look a little brighter as far as the chase goes than a couple of weeks ago?
Well, I would say probably the first more so than second. I mean, once we leave here, what we did here doesn't mean anything next week as far as performance, but, those points are big going into next week for sure. So, I wish what we did here transferred over to Richmond next week, but it doesn't. But, I'm really proud of the effort that everybody gave this week, and, I don't know whether we're 23 or 24 points ahead of the 2 car now, but, we definitely gained a couple on him today, and, it may come down to 1 point. So, having the strong finish that we had, may be the difference of making it or not making it next week.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take a question.
Hi, Jimmie, George Diaz with the Orlando Sentinel. Does you joked about you've done terrible this year, but does this have any feel like last year? Except last year when all the talk was about Benny, and this year there's maybe not as much talk about you again. You have to feel good, I assume, about where you are right now.
Yeah, I do, and I mean, truthfully, from a driver's perspective and a team's perspective, we're involved with our viewpoint is just the reality inside of our race team, and very little outside discussion or talk influences what's going on in our minds. I mean, we know the reality of our race team and if we're a contender or not, and I feel that we're building in that direction and we're getting stronger each week. We still have weak points. We're still not qualifying like we need to. And at some point in the race, we seem to have the car pretty far off. But the good side of that is Chad and Greg find a way to fix it, and they did today within 2 pit stops. Got the car. I was going to go a lap down, the first car in front of the 24, going a lap down, and drove away from him, and was able to race my way back up there and actually fight him for the win. So there is a lot to be proud of, and the reality inside of the 48 shop and Hendrick Motorsports is we know that we've got a very good chance at winning a championship. And we'll just have to move forward into the final 10 races and just see what kind of comes along. And then on the side, have a little fun, with some of the hype. That's what I was trying to get you guys to laugh a little bit about the bad year and all of that. So as time goes on and I have more experience and go through this more, certainly having more fun along the way too.
Okay, we'll take it to the press box for a couple of questions.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. Jimmie, it seemed pretty clear the last several years that you've been more willing and able to drive a loose race car than Jeff has. How long has it been since you've seen him win when his car was that loose, and did it kind of surprise you that he was so willing and able and that you actually lost a battle of sideways to Jeff?
I hadn't put a ton of thought into it. I mean, his car didn't look... I mean, every car is sideways around here, and I know what his setup was, and it was much tighter than mine. But through it all, I mean, to race that hard for a win is what we all wake up and are excited to do each and every time we get in a race car. Yeah, I wish I could have won, but I have a lot of satisfaction in racing my friend and teammate, and it's Jeff Gordon that hard for a win. He may not have had the dominance that we'd seen before in the recent years, but it's still Jeff Gordon, and it's so cool to race that hard with him. And even if I did come in second, it's okay. I'd much rather have won, but we left it all out there on the track, and he got it done today.
A question for Jimmie. Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. Jimmie, with the rain going on Sunday, how was the grip at the beginning of the race? Was the speedway very green, or did you build up a grip very soon?
Yeah, the track was definitely green, and I know the way that we anticipated the track to start was far different than the reality of it. And we worked on our cars and submitted them for inspection on Sunday, and obviously didn't have a chance to work on them coming into today's race. And the balance and the grip level changed dramatically on the track, and it would take our car, after a delay with everybody picking up rubber and especially the start of the race, it took a couple runs for our car's balance to get close to where we set the vehicle up to be and what we expected. So it was a different racetrack today, and the temperatures being low put a lot of grip in the racetrack.
Okay, any other questions from the media center? Okay, gentlemen, congratulations, and we'll see you next week in Richmond, or this week.